Let's go. If you let people tell you you can't do things and you believe in that, hey, cut that out, man, for real. What's going on, folks? Welcome to another exciting episode of Strong Arm Sports, the best, realest, fastest growing sports podcast on YouTube. I'm KSpadeTheProspect.
I'm your boy LaPaz57, and together we form Strong Arm Sports. Spade, let me kick it off, man, because woo, this week right here has been a crazy week.
Crazy.
And another big trade happened in the NFL. The Bears trade Brandon Marshall to the Jets for a 5th rounder. Spade, I didn't see this coming. If the Bears was going to trade anybody, I thought it would have been Cutler. But people let me know that Cutler contract is too huge, and that's not happening. So they decided to trade Brandon Marshall to the Jets. Spade, share your thoughts.
Yo, man, what is up with Brandon Marshall and him being dealt? I mean, it's definitely not his play on the field. He's a warrior. He shows up every Sunday, and he balls out. Yeah. He played well for Denver. The Dolphins was able to acquire him. I was happy we got Brandon Marshall. If I'm not mistaken, he had some off-the-field incident. Maybe he accidentally swung his hand in the direction of his female companion, something like that.
You gotta say allegedly, Spade. You gotta say allegedly.
And the Dolphins got rid of him for, guess what? A late draft pick. And then Chicago fans was happy. They had Brandon Marshall, an all-pro wide receiver. And guess what? They let him go for a late draft pick. So I don't know. Being traded for late draft picks just seemed to go hand-in-hand with Brandon Marshall. But it really helps the Jets, right?
I think it helps the Jets. I mean, I asked the question on Twitter, who's going to throw him the ball? Because Geno to me ain't it, and don't look like Michael Vick could be back. I just don't see. Maybe they're going to draft a quarterback. Maybe they'll draft Mariota or something. But what are the Bears doing? I mean, what are they doing? They trade. I had kind of liked the combo of Alshon and Brandon Marshall together with Martellus Bennett. I didn't like their quarterback situation. They also have Forte. I think they got a nice core of people on the offensive side of the ball if they can find a QB that can just not be a turnover machine. So, but what are they doing? Could it be the money?
I have no idea.
Could it be the money? Because it was just a couple of months. What, about 8 to 9 months ago? Brandon Marshall just signed the extension with the Bears on The View. He was on The View with his wife, and he signed the contract extension. So maybe it could have been for the money. I don't know. I don't know what the Bears are doing.
Let me ask you this.
Go ahead.
Brandon Marshall had some comments about Jay Cutler, right?
Yeah, he did. They kind of had it out. I don't know if they had it out, but they had some words.
That might, I mean, then again, I don't know, what was it, an offensive coordinator? One of the coaches, one of the assistant coaches had some comments about having buyer's remorse with Jay Cutler. So,
yeah,
I mean,
correct.
That ain't it. Everybody in Chicago got regrets about Jay Cutler. I really don't know, man.
This is what I'm saying. Jay Cutler should have been the guy, in my opinion. What's wrong with Brandon Marshall? Why Brandon Marshall? I mean, I think they could have found at least one suitor for Cutler. They needed one person to just be a dummy. And I think they could have found it.
I don't know. But let me say this before we move forward. A lot of times, and I'm not saying this is it, Brandon, because Brandon watched the show. He told me. I'm not saying this is it. But a lot of times you'll see a team make a move, and then later on down the road, news will trickle down that somebody did something stupid. So teams will know, and they'll sever ties. I'm not saying that's what it was, but I wouldn't be shocked if later I hear Brandon Marshall kick somebody's ass outside a nightclub. I mean, you never know. But
yeah, you never know.
It could be something that we don't know about that Chicago wanted to sever ties with. I don't know. I can't believe they dealt them, and I can't believe they got pennies back for him. They basically let him go for a bag of Funyuns. I don't know, bro.
You have to wait and see how this pan out.
Let's move forward. Check this out, right? Football season's out. The only thing we have to talk about is all this news. Combine news, free agents, and I was looking at the list of free agents, and it's huge. But in that list, it got me to thinking, which one of these guys that might be highly touted by some of these teams would you not be interested in? If you were a team GM, which one of these guys would you not take?
Which one of these guys I would not take? I'm going to shock you. My guy would be Michael Vick. Kind of spoke on him earlier. I'm gonna tell you why. Let me tell you why. These teams are blinded by Atlanta Falcon Michael Vick, explosiveness, looking amazing, making people crash into each other. Michael Vick, he's not that guy anymore. If you guys remember last year to me, Michael Vick had the best opportunity to become a starter again with the Jets. He took the spot from Geno, and what did Michael Vick come out and say? I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared. Bro, you are an NFL player. What do you mean you're not prepared? Michael Vick could have took the job from Geno and still been the starter right now, and he could be throwing to Eric Decker and Amaro and Brandon Marshall. Come on, man. So if I'm saying Michael Vick because there's a few teams. Hold on, let me get right. There's a few teams out there that's interested in Michael Vick, and those teams are the Buffalo Bills. They have some interest. We know their quarterback that started last year, Kyle Orton, he retired. He's out of there. The Cardinals, shockingly, because I thought Palmer was their guy. They just signed Palmer to an extension. I guess they want to just protect themselves just in case Palmer come back and get hurt again. The Buccaneers, do they want Michael Vick to groom Jameis?
That's possible.
No, sir. No, sir.
What you mean?
And the Steelers. The Steelers want him to back up Big Ben.
Wait, I got to push the brakes before you go any further. What's wrong with that? That's perfect. You take a guy like Michael Vick who's made a lot of dumb mistakes, and he might be that perfect guy to help Jameis not walk down that same path. That's not a bad idea. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, and the last team was the Steelers that wanted to back up Big Ben. I really wouldn't like Michael Vick backing up or starting over Jameis, because soon as one or the other make a mistake, it's going to be like, put Michael Vick in or put Jameis in, and I just don't want that for the young fella, man. That could really hurt his confidence, which is what I think happened with the New York Jets, because it was Geno job, then it was Vick job, then it was Geno job, then it was Vick job. Come on, man. Pick a guy, stick with a guy.
I disagree.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you why. When Mike Vick first joined the Eagles, he wasn't Atlanta Falcon Mike Vick, but he still was pretty doggone good.
Okay.
That was the co-MVP season. So, Mike Vick looked pretty good. I don't think he has to be Atlanta Falcon Mike Vick to be a good, solid contributor to a team. But I respect your opinion, but I'm going to go in a different direction with mine. I looked at the list of free agents, and a guy that I initially was a big-time fan of, and I still like this guy. But if I'm a GM, I'm not going to go after this guy. And this guy would be Ted Ginn.
Ted Ginn?
Ted Ginn.
Oh, I just knew you was going Percy.
It's funny you say that. Ted Ginn and Percy Harvin, they like the same person to me. They play the same position. They're both very fast. They both have injury issues. They can't stay on the field. But the big difference between Ted Ginn and Percy Harvin is their amount of explosiveness. When Ted Ginn is on the field, he is explosive. I mean, he plays so hard. Man, maybe that's why he can't stay healthy. Ted Ginn, on the other hand, I can't really put my finger on it. His injuries don't seem to be from he plays so hard. It just seems to be like he's Mr. Glass. He can't really stay healthy. And his injuries come at the most inopportune times. In the biggest game of his college career at Ohio State, he got hurt. He got hurt on the first play of the game and never came back. In the biggest game of his college career.
Yeah.
He spent 3 seasons in San Francisco where he was kind of a receiver, but more than anything, they wanted him to be a special teams guru, which is what he is. And in the NFC Championship game, the game that the 49ers should have won, should have gone to the Super Bowl and maybe won the Super Bowl, they messed up and they had an inexperienced kick returner back there because Ted Ginn was hurt. So the 2 biggest games of this guy's career, he's hurt. So for that reason, man, don't get me wrong, I like Ted Ginn when he's healthy. But his production has been going down. The 3 years he was in San Francisco, he had 1 receiving touchdown. This past season with Arizona, he had 0 receiving touchdowns. Now, I will admit, the 1 year in Carolina, he had 5 receiving touchdowns. He got off that year. But his production's down. He can't stay healthy. And he's probably going to be hurt when you need him most. That's what goes on with Ted Ginn.
It's funny that you mentioned Carolina because they're actually interested in bringing him back. So maybe they could rekindle some of that 5 touchdown Ted Ginn that, that
I hope
we've seen sparingly during his career. During his career. But that's a good pick, though. I was expecting you to go Percy. That's a good pick. Ready to move on? because I want to change subjects. I want to change subjects to the NBA. If you guys didn't hear, Ray Allen came out this past week right here and said that he's not going to play this season. And that's crazy because a lot of contenders, a lot of teams were interested in him. OKC, the Cavs, they wanted him. Miami was talking about bringing him back. The Clippers, it was a lot of teams out there that wanted Ray Allen. Yeah. Ray Allen came out and said that he will not play this season. So does that mean he's done for good, or does that mean he's coming back next year? What do you think, Spade?
I think Ray's gonna try to come back, man. I mean,
what?
I really do. It sounds crazy. Ray Allen been in the league for 19 years, which is a very long time. Yeah, but Ray Allen has some of the best conditioning of any NBA player, even though he's much older. And for those that don't know, Ray Allen, of course, is the three-point goal, three-point shot, three-point legend. He holds the record for three-point baskets. I got that number right here somewhere. Here we go. 2,973 three-pointers. That's a lot of rain. That's a lot of rainmakers. So the only player that's currently in the league that's even close is Jason Terry, who's got a little over 2,000. I don't feel like he's a threat, but I think Ray might be looking at young Steph Curry, who hasn't been in the league very long, but already has over 1,000. And I think Ray might want to put a little bit more distance in between him and the young Bucks before he hang it up. 27 more threes, and he's got 3,000 career threes. I don't know. Maybe that's it, man.
Me personally, I kind of want to see Ray retire. I mean, Reggie Miller retired, went right to the, went right to being a commentator. And people hate Reggie Miller as a commentator. And I think Ray Allen could definitely do I think he could definitely do a better job. I would like to know what Ray Allen thinks during the game. You know what I mean? But I just don't know if, to me, do you want an older Ray Allen? If Ray Allen was going to play next year, don't you think he should have played this year? You want another older Ray Allen, a 40-year-old Ray Allen? I don't know how old he is. He got to be in his late 30s.
He's pretty damn close.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a very good point.
Ray Allen?
That's a good point. And I can't fathom why he didn't take any of the offers he received this year, because like you said, it was contenders. It was legitimate contenders reaching out to Ray. Yeah, I don't think it's about money. I don't think Ray Allen cares about money. They picked on him in Miami about his suits because, fashion culture has changed, man. You see the guys in the suits now. It's kind of got like a European style about it. It's tapered, really slim and lean. Yeah. And Ray Allen still got the big baggy ass suits. And they said that Ray wouldn't buy new suits. So I don't think Ray's like out of money. I think he's just waiting on the perfect situation for him. And it could be team chemistry. It could be, something in the way they play. It's something that he's looking for that I can only assume he didn't see this year.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if I would want a year older Ray Allen, but you said if he in shape. I mean, Larry Bird always said there's one thing that you don't lose, and that's shooting jump shots. And Ray, if he in shape, he ain't losing the jump shot. He can still light it up. So, I mean, I get we have to wait and see. I mean, because there's still people right now that's trying to get Ray up off the couch right now. So maybe Ray will change his mind before the playoffs. He'd be like, okay, this team have a legitimate shot to win it all. Maybe he'll come out during the playoffs. But he said that he's not playing this year. So I'm going to take him at his word. And I guess we'll see what happens next year.
That's crazy. Yo, before we move on, just a little fun fact for those that don't know. Okay. In 19 seasons, man, the last season with Miami is the only year that Ray Allen didn't average double-digit points. He only averaged 9 points a game that year, so he is definitely on the decline. But his numbers look great, man. On a career, he averages 19 points a game, and he shoots 40% from beyond the arc. So he's not just making threes because he's just throwing a bunch of them at the basket. 40% is pretty damn good from beyond the arc. So I still feel like he could be a piece of a team. I mean, clearly he's not, he's not Jesus Shuttlesworth anymore, but he could be a piece.
I agree. I agree with that.
All right, but let's move forward, man, from one shooting guard to another. Bad news comes to us out of Portland, Oregon, man. Their sniper, Wesley Matthews, had an Achilles injury that's going to sideline him for the rest of the season. Yep. This guy was averaging 16 points a game. And, man, Portland, they're on the bubble. They're a good team. They don't really look like a championship team, but they're right there in a very competitive conference. Man, how bad is this going to hurt them, bro?
Well, it definitely hurts, but I'm going to tell you, it kind of makes Portland look like geniuses because they just traded for NykeFaller, and now he slides right in. But, their problem was Portland problem was that they didn't have depth on the bench, and that's what Afflalo was supposed to bring. With Matthews going down, Afflalo moves into the starting role. Guess what the problem is? They still don't have depth on the bench.
Good stuff.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, foreshadowing is looking like, wow, they made a great move getting Afflalo for their team. Because if Wes Matthews went down, they didn't have Afflalo, they'd really be tore up right now. So, I mean, I think they definitely made a great move by getting Afflalo. Hopefully, Afflalo can show up. And, I mean, to me, he's a serviceable player. He plays well most of the time. He plays well, and I think he can fit right in, slide right in for Matthews. Still going to hurt because they don't have depth on the bench, though.
I hope Wes has a good recovery, too, man. This was a contract year for Wesley Matthews. So, you got to wonder if Portland's going to bring him back. You know, whether or not it's going to hurt him re-signing with another team. I hope he recovers well. I hope he gets another shot. He's a fun guy to watch play. He can definitely shoot.
And, you know, you make a great point about this being a contract year. He just had an injury in Portland, who's been dealing with Brandon Roy injuries. You know, they dealt with Brandon Roy, Odin. You know what I mean? There's guys that got hurt. So it might be in their mind like, you know what? We might not need to bring this guy back. He just had an Achilles injury. We don't want no more injured pieces over here. So they might let him walk. That's a great point. It's a great point. But moving on. You ready to move on? You good?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
You know what's crazy is the Pick'em game last week. I actually picked.
Hold on, let me get my polls ready. Go ahead. Talk about the Pick'em game.
It was Atlanta versus the Cavs. And
what happened?
I picked the Cavs.
You picked the Cavs? Why would you do that?
Yeah, I picked the Cavs. And Atlanta ended up winning. That's why I have on my little Atlanta right here. You see right there? Atlanta, the A. I got the A right there. And I'm here to redeem myself. So this Pick'em game right here, this is my game. Spade, March 11th. That's what I want to see you. It's the Clippers versus the Thunder. The season series is tied at 1-1. Who you picking?
I'm picking the masked assassin himself, the Oklahoma City Russell Westbrooks.
Good. Because I'm going to go with the Clippers because I see the clip. I see CP3 becoming that little pit bull that he is. And I'm guaranteeing a victory right here. Clippers will guaranteeing a victory that the Clippers will beat the Thunder on March 11th. Allegedly, I'm doing a quote fingers here. Blake Griffin might be back by the time that game's come on. Spade, this is my redemption right here. So I'm definitely going with the Los Angeles Clippers over the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Good luck, man. Look, you call Chris Paul a pit bull. You know the only thing pit bull is scared of?
What's that?
Bigger pit bulls, i.e. Russell Westbrook. So Chris Paul better pipe down before he get put in that lock grip.
All right, we'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens. Man.
Well, we got a very short, well, not very, but we got a short show this week, man, because if you guys don't know, we're now doing 2 shows a week. We do one every Sunday here on the Full House ENT, and we do one every Wednesday on our own YouTube channel, Strong Arm Sports. We'll have a link to our last video. I can't give you guys a link to the channel yet because we don't have a URL. We are trying to build support over there. We don't have enough subscribers. We got to get 500 subscribers. Then I can give you the URL. But at any rate, it's time for us to talk about our strong arm performers of the week. I want to take the bull by the horn and go first here. You all right with that?
Yeah, let's go.
I just talked about this pit bull named Russell Westbrook, right? And I'm going to give Russell my strong arm performer of the week again. I'm going to tell you what happened. The last time I gave it to him, I think he had given us 2 triple doubles. Well, in that time, he got a third, had a fracture in his face, missed some time, came back and got a damn another one. That's 4 consecutive triple doubles. That hasn't been done since Michael Jeffrey Jordan, yo.
Yeah, pretty amazing.
I saw a stat. Everybody was kind of hooting and hollering about this. Russell had 4 triple doubles in 4 straight games. And they said the New York Knicks franchise has had 3 triple doubles in the last 12 seasons.
Crazy.
That's crazy. Russell, that's strong arm performer of the week.
Yeah, he well deserved, but it's easy. To me, it's easy to give it to Russell Spade. So I didn't want to go that route. I could have gave it to Russell. I didn't want to go that route.
He makes it easy. Thanks, Russell.
He really do. Him and James Harden, those type of guys make it easy. But I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna go. My strong arm performer of the week is definitely gonna go to Nikola Mirotic, I hope I'm saying his name right, from the Chicago Bulls versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. We was able to go out there and get that. Yeah, we was able to go out there and get that dub. And Mirotic had 26 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, and a big win versus the Thunder, man. Come on, so Nikola Mirotic, I think that's his name.
I thought it was Mirotic, but whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah, that guy, Nikola. You are my strong arm performer of the week. Well deserved. Way to step in. Taj being out, Jimmy Butler being out, D Rose being out. Way to step up and play big in those guys' absence. You are my strong arm performer of the week. Mirotic. That's what I'm gonna call it.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. So Spade, another great show. Like we will definitely want to send you guys over to our channel. Subscribe there if you new. Subscribe here if you new. Bang the like here if you a regular. Also, we do have some strong arm performers, some strong arm sports shirts, some apparel that you can check out. The link will be in the description. Check that out. You support the show. Support the show. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't stopping. Spade, it's been another amazing show. We'll see these guys next episode, man.
All right, man. We catch y'all next week. Well, we catch y'all Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah, we catch y'all Wednesday. Until then,
see you guys next episode. Peace.